video today, a trading opportunity, and a nice discussion on the path to becoming a master trader. All right, gang, we're gonna get started this week on silver, and silver's been a fun one over the past few months or so, right? We started, end of September, I think it was. We had a nice little Gartley pattern right here, X to A to B, B to C, then C to D completion, stall perfectly right down here and bounce up. You saw this in a previous trading edge video. We then followed that up with a head and shoulders pattern, which we're coming off of right now. We had our left shoulder here, our head down there at the completion of the Gartley, our right shoulder before the break up. So let's continue on our path with silver and ask ourselves the question, what is next? We just came off this head and shoulders bottom, and you can see that we ended the week with a break and close above technically the neckline, even if we were to draw a horizontal line right here. More importantly, these highs right here. So as we go through this process, and this is a 4-step process that you guys are sick and tired of me mentioning, but I'm very methodic, I'm very mechanical, I'm very robotic in my trading, and I swear to God, if you have a process, it makes life so much easier. It eliminates a lot of the randomness on the chart. But that 4-step process is, stay it with me, IPDE. If you guys are new, that stands for Identify, Predict, Decide, Execute. And what we want to do is we want to identify what the market is doing, what the market has done, right? Not only do we have the head and shoulders, but the break and close above it, validating it. We then want to predict what's going to happen next. So what does this break and close above mean? Well, it allows us to make the prediction that price is likely to go up. The next part of the prediction is if price is likely to go up, where are we likely to go to? Well, look left, structure leaves clues, nice little area right here. And then the question, next one, is how are we likely to get to that point? Now, before we talk about that last part, let's kind of bring in some more information here, right? So we have structure. This is where I always start with structure because I'm structure based in my trading, but we can bring in other tools to really kind of complement that area. So if I delete my chart right here, we know our level of structure is right up here. If I take a equal measured move, right? So if I draw a line from the head to the right neck, I copy and paste that, and I draw it on to the low of the right shoulder, a harmonic move, an equal measure move, a one-to-one measure move, an AB equals CD pattern, whatever you want to call it, you can see that's going to put us right at that structure level. So that's going to give me some confirmation at that level. Something else we have here is another advanced pattern formation in the form of a butterfly, with this being our X leg right here, our swing high to swing low being our X to A, this retracement right up here being our A to B. We don't technically break above it, so it's clear. This being our B to C, down here. We would also have a CD completion for a butterfly at this level as well. So you can see we're building that case and just adding more confirmation, developing and acquiring more clues that say this is the place that price is likely to head to next. So now that we have that, the next step that we're going to ask ourselves is, if price is likely to go to that level, how are we likely to get there? Because that's going to tell me the way that I can get involved. And if we go down to a 4-hour chart, we'll see that price action just broke out of a consolidation pattern, right? This is going to be called a pennant pattern, where price action rallied up. We had a directional move, and then we basically put in a triangle, right? There's all these fancy words, flags, pennants. It's a triangle with a directional move before it. The point is, we have confirmation of that triangle from the breakout of our trend line, but also, and more importantly for me personally, the breakout of our horizontal support line or resistance line right here. So what we would be waiting for as traders is one of two things: price action to come down and retest either our upper horizontal resistance line right here, which now act as support, or come back into that range of the triangle, ideally not going past this point right here. This is the furthest that we should continue to, in my opinion. I'll draw a little box out for you if I can find it on here. If we violate this level right here, 23.55, that's not going to be a good sign for a continued break higher. I would look at that as more of a, technically it's not a false break, but I would assume that it would be a false break. But the point is, we're looking for price action to retrace back into a previous level that was broken out of, and then look for that extension, right? I deleted my tools here, but if you guys remember, they're up in this area. Look for an extension up here for a nice bullish continuation trade here. So a lot of things happening, right? You can see that we're taking advanced patterns into account. We're taking classic patterns like a head and shoulders, classic reversal patterns like a head and shoulders. We're taking classic continuation patterns like a flag pattern. And then we're just taking the basics of understanding price action and putting it all together in order to make a prediction. And I say that because, knowledge is key, right? I have a podcast coming out, I think start of December, about my new continued education project. I think it's going to be episode 902. And traders always ask, hey, Akil, you're this, quote unquote, guru, master, expert. I'm not any of those things, but they assume that. Why are you still doing continued education? And it's because the more knowledge I have about the market, whether it's something I use it by itself or whether it's something that I just use as analysis to complement stuff I'm already doing, the more knowledge that we have in the market, the more we can increase our edge, the better we can get with finding opportunities, the better we can get with picking targets, picking stop locations, just the better we can get as traders. And if you guys saw the coffee break live that we did on Instagram the other day, I think we're going to put it up on the YouTube channel, maybe or maybe not, but Jason Greystone and myself had a great conversation on the fact that the evolution of our trading has kind of gone from more to less to more, meaning that we all started off trading a lot. We traded everything in the world because we were new, giggly, young traders excited about being in the market. And then we started seeing which trades were our best trades and developing kind of these filters through experience of only handpicking the best opportunities. So our frequency went down. But then as you gain more knowledge and you can add that to the ability to only find the best trading opportunities, now you find more of the best trading opportunities, right? I hope that makes sense. If I were to draw it out real quick for you for a visual, we started off by trading everything in the world, right? And then what we do is we ended up kind of filtering down and saying, okay, I don't want to trade everything. I want to pick the best of the best out of those things, right? These are the best of the best. And our frequency gets a lot lower because we're filtering out kind of the quote unquote the grade B trades and only looking at the grade A trades. But then what happens is as you gain more knowledge, as you gain more experience, you start to find more of these grade A trades, and that circle expands again where you're taking more trades but more of the good trades, and that's how you become or keep going on that path of becoming a master trader. So knowledge is power. The more you have, you don't have to use everything, but the more you have and the more experience you have, the more you'll be able to fit it into situations and really elevate your trading. So nice opportunity here on silver. We never do this, but because of the amount of requests received over the past month, we've decided to reopen the vault and make the full recordings of last month's Cyber Trader workshop available once again. Cyber Trader was by far our most popular workshop, and now you have a second chance to take it all in, but only for a limited time. So here's the deal. We're only allowing you to watch one day at a time. That way you can really focus on the content and not rush through. So if you want to watch the entire event before they're taken down again, don't waste any time and get started right now using the link below. Oh, and spoiler alert, after day 3, we're going to give you something really special.